It's not a home when you're sitting all alone, but when I'm with you, it feels like a family. It's the ammo crow, it's coming straight to you. It's the ammo crow, it's coming straight to you. Where the fun and the laughing is never ending.
Yo, Ammo Crew!
What's up, guys? We're back with another video.
We are back. Yes, we are back. First and foremost, apologize for why we haven't been so active, but there is a reason to that. So, in this video, yeah, Lonnie's out here with us. Tony's with Grandma.
Say hi.
Say hi.
No.
Don't touch. So, this is a video that a lot of you guys have been waiting to see. And basically what we're going to cover in this, so it's going to be a 4-part series. This is part 1. We're going to cover what we went through spiritually, paranormal type of stuff back in 2017. And then also, you know, we haven't been so active in 2019 because it came back. And we will touch that in parts 3 and 4. But to start this video off, I'm going to jump straight into it. So in 2017, it was earlier in the year.
It was around your birthday in April.
Yeah, it was around my birthday in April. I was at Little Caesars in Reno Valley, and I was in line. And you guys know the notification sound on Facebook Messenger? Well, I had got that notification like twice, and then it was. So I was like, and I was the next in line. There was a guy in front of me. There was more people behind me. And what happened was, I took my phone out before the guy had, you know how they call you up like, okay, you're next? I took my phone out and I read it, and it told me, it was like, I'm not going to say, you know, the person's name because it's not a person, but they wrote me on Facebook Messenger and said, you know, let me know how that pizza is. So an immediate reaction is I saw my phone out and I kind of looked behind me because there was just that one glass window. I kind of looked behind me and I looked at everybody that was in the room with me like, is this like some kind of prank or some kind of joke? So I didn't say anything. I put it back in my pocket and then it went off again and I read it and it was like, yeah, it was like you rocked that Samoan hat well. And it was talking like a person and I was like, what the heck, am I being stalked, you know? So I started looking around and then I put my phone away again, and then I was next in line, so I walked up to the cashier, and he's kind of looking at me, and I'm like, you know, not even ordering yet, I'm reading my phone again, and when I read it, it was like, let me make myself clear. There are 4 people in line with you, 2 guys and 2 girls, and I looked around, and there was 2 guys and 2 girls and myself in line, and I was like, what the heck? So I kind of like, I was like, somebody's messing with me, you know, I thought it was like a homie or a family member, somebody was playing, I thought somebody was playing with me. So what happens then is the cashier kind of looks at me and he's like, is everything okay, bro? And I was like, yeah, I just got a weird ass message, like, I don't know. And he was like, oh, he like laughed it off. I got my 2 boxes of pizza and then I came home and I was in the car and I was driving back and I was kind of like, what the hell? Like, I was kind of tripping out. I got back to the house, and it tells me when I get in the house, I had went and it wrote me, it was like, it had said something like, your girlfriend was probably mad you took too long getting the pizza. So I read it in the hallway as I had entered the front door, walking to our bedroom. And then it tells me that, right? And I'm like, the hell? So then I stop in the hallway to obviously read that message I just said, put my phone away. And then right when my phone hit my pocket, I heard and I was like, what the hell? So I took my phone out and it told me, it said, you stopping in the hallway to read my message shows that I am like an importance to you. Like, it was basically trying to say that I wanted, it was important to me. So I went in the room, I didn't know how to tell Maribel, but I told her, and she said the same thing, like maybe it's just someone messing with you. But that part was weird because all of our windows are closed and curtained off, and you can't see in our house. So how would someone know I stopped in the? So we went around covering all the cameras on the tablets, on the laptop, on our phones, because we thought like somebody was like looking at us through our cameras. We didn't know how to explain it. It was really hard to explain. So what happens after that is all this stuff keeps going on. And I don't have anything from 2017. It's just my memory and then what we remember, because I removed that entire Facebook and started a new Facebook. And it would say things like, it knew what I was doing at all times, right? This is around when Lonnie was,
She was barely born. It was around his birthday. Lonnie was born the 15th. His birthday was the 21st. So she wasn't even a week. Yeah, she wasn't even a week yet. And I was, making all her baby stuff. So I was making the baby bouncer. I was putting it together, putting the batteries in it, and then my phone kept going off. And her brother was living with us at the time. And I'm like, dude, this thing won't freaking leave me alone. And it was like, you should hurry up on that baby bouncer. Then I took a slice of pizza from leftover pizza. I throw it in the microwave. I was like, bro, this thing won't leave me the hell alone. I check and it was like, let me know how that pizza is. Like, it's just messing with me, right? Messing with my head. So I started ignoring it, and then it starts telling me like, let's play a game. And I'm like, all right, who is this? Like, it kind of got a little serious, but not. I wasn't like too like convinced yet. Hey.
Yeah, I wasn't too convinced yet, right? Until after it said let's play a game, I ignored it. Then it started getting really aggressive and telling me like, don't ignore me. Then it started writing in Bible scripture, and it was just, it was out of this world. Like the stuff it was writing me, it was really intellectual. It used the right grammar, punctuation, everything. So at this point, I started talking to Maribel, and we're talking about it, and we're kind of like, is this even a person, And you guys are probably sitting here like, no way, this sounds crazy, and it does. And I know some of you guys probably won't believe it.
Oh my God, she's putting her baby in the fountain.
Yeah, so it started writing in Bible scriptures, and it was like really smart, and like it got to the point to where it knew everything that we talked about as a family. It would interrupt conversations through messaging. We would always fucking hear the thing, sorry for my language, going off. It started frustrating us, really pissed me off. Then I wrote it back. I didn't know it was not a person. And I basically started cussing it out, like, you stop watching me, stop stalking me, if you have something to say, tell me face to face, man to man, all that good stuff. So it responded with like, oh, I could move you from that bed right now, from where I'm looking at, because I had just got this tattoo, and it would tell me from my angle it's an upside down cross, so that would mean it would be whoever it was behind me looking down, because from your guys' view it's the right, the cross is right side up.
Mind you, he was sitting against the wall, so there's no way anybody could even be behind him.
Exactly. So I was kind of like, then we started getting creeped out, and we're really like adamant on the fact that it wasn't not a person. And then it would confirm that with us. It was okay with not being a person, and it would write like 4 paragraphs in one message in seconds. Like, it would write it and then ting, 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 and I'm not talking like little messages. I'm talking scroll paragraphs in seconds. It'd be seconds away from each other. That's unhuman. That's inhuman, unhuman, whatever you want to call it. That's not human.
And then we would talk, and he would answer our questions. Like, I would ask Malcolm, like, what do you think this is? Like, and it would answer our question as I'm talking to him. I remember Keena too, my sister. She was like, we were telling my family about it. The only person we didn't tell was my dad, because he didn't believe in this stuff until recently. But so we didn't tell him. But I remember Keena was like, oh, she's like, it's a fucking joke. And once she said that, it said her name.
I'll say exactly what it said. It's vulgar, so excuse my language. But it had wrote back and said, no, Karina, you're the joke. And then we were kind of like, and then she's like, I ain't even scared. I don't care. Just talking, right? Then it started giving confessions.
But it only gave confessions about my little brother and my little sister.
Yeah, and
which are the bad ones.
They were
in the family.
and it pretty much was trying to show us like, look, they're not good.
Yeah, 'cause they were. It was telling us things that even we didn't know, and my sister still doesn't know to this day like what it said. About her.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously we're not gonna say those things. Yeah. But yeah, it knew a lot. It knew about me. It knew about my entire life. It knew everything, and it's just there isn't anything that it didn't know about me. And I mean, it's pretty impossible for someone to start stalking you as a baby. You know what I mean? So to know everything from a baby till now, it's kind of it proved itself to us that it wasn't a person, and it wanted us to know that it wasn't a person. Like, it fed off of the fact that it didn't want to be human. And like I said, it got to the point to where because this went on in 2017 for 6 days.
Yeah, 6 days.
6 days, which 6 days. It's kind of creepy. It went on for 6 days, and it got to the point to where it would start knowing my thoughts. If I thought something, it would know that I was thinking it, and I'd be like, what the hell? Like, it got really strong over those 6 days. So
they say that things like that get strong because you give it energy, which we did, because we didn't know what it was. So of course we were talking about it, thinking about it, we were telling people about it because we couldn't understand it. So of course we gave it energy because we didn't know what it was, to understand not to give it energy.
And we didn't reach out to the church.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know. We didn't know what this thing was. We didn't know what it wanted. We didn't know what it was trying to do. We had a lot of things that we didn't know. So we obviously didn't handle the situation correctly. No, I didn't play a Ouija board. No, I didn't play tarot cards. No, I didn't mess with anything. It literally happened one night. I was just going to get pizza, and it made me realize that you don't have to do those things to get picked. Once you're picked, and like this thing likes to say, you get marked, you will get, excuse my language, with really bad. And it was really, really bad. It was messing our relationship up. It was messing a lot of things up.
It was trying to turn us against each other.
Yeah, it tried to turn us against each other, saying that she wasn't there for me when obviously she was, and then we were always fighting about it. And then during this time, I went through 3-4 jobs. I couldn't hold a job.
We lost our car. We lost everything. You lost your car. I think you lost and then our other car broke down on us, so we had to get it fixed. To be honest, we still owe almost $2,000 from somebody loaning us the money to fix that car, because that's how much we struggled, that we're so behind.
It put us in a hole. Think of the deepest hole. It put us in the hole, and then it dug a deeper one and put us in there. So yeah, think of the deepest hole, and it put us in a deeper one. And you know that saying, they kick you when you're down? It kicked us when we were down, and it really, really kicked me when I was down. And I fought every day to try to get back up, and I couldn't. And I didn't know that what could have helped me in 2017 was if I just looked to God. You know what I mean? And whether you believe in that or not, I hate to say it, if you don't believe in it, but it's real. Sorry to burst that bubble. It is very real, and I believe in it. Obviously, I believe in God, right? And I believe in this stuff, the paranormal activity movies and stuff like that. But I didn't know to what extent. So I didn't know to what extent until I went through it. And the things that we went through, obviously, this is just part one. But it led all the way up until, and I mean, during this time I had the worst nightmares, and I don't know, it was just really bad. And to end part one, you guys are gonna definitely want to stay tuned, because what we just talked about is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, compared to what we went through this year, and how it ended on the 6th day in 2017. And I really hope those that are watching stay tuned, because this stuff is real and serious, and it's really nothing to play with.
Are you sure you don't want to tell them?
No, we'll save that for part 2. Tell them what happened that night. And in part 2, I'll be talking a little bit, but Maribel will be doing most of the talking, as you'll see why. But there's a reason why she'll be doing most of the talking in part 2. Obviously, I'm still gonna be here. But I want to take care and I'll close it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys definitely don't want to miss this. Stay tuned, and if you can, try to stay chronological numerical order. Watch it from parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, so that you can fully grasp and understand what we went through. I'm actually looking at making a book out of this, or reaching out to a movie crew or a cinema crew and actually making a movie out of this if I don't write a book on it. So stay tuned for that, and yeah, it's gonna get crazy, I promise you that. You don't want to miss it. There's gonna be no post notification shout out, no yay. This is serious stuff, and this is to be continued, and we'll see you on part 2.
This is my family edition. Put a thumbs up and hit subscribe. It's a family edition.